Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Ladies and gentlemen, it's good to have everybody here, minus the lady. Rogue is playing some Call of Duty.
She's kicking some butt. That's what she's doing.
That's what she's doing. That's facts. We're gonna leave her alone tonight. Let her game on her Xbox, man. She works hard throughout the week, man. So she deserves it, man. A little break time and get her gaming in. Shouts to the general. He's tired from all the work and the rehearsals. He's kicking back tonight. And of course, I got my man Techno Blast, Mr. Neutral in the building, right up the street from me. We're gonna hold down for this.
Yep.
I got my man Devin Hyperfang Gaming, aka member from the We Bleed Green community. Shout out to Devin Hyperfang Gaming. And last but not least, man, the return of the boss, the return of Fire Boss, man, and we're glad to have him.
Oh, Fire Boss, that boss.
Yes, sir. Look at him. Look at him.
See,
look at the profile pic, man.
I was thinking of the After Boss.
Oh yeah, After Boss.
Yeah, two bosses.
Yeah. I like to have After Boss when I do have him up. It's funny because they both have that boss name. You're right, but After Boss was gonna make it. He was gonna come join us tonight, but he had to work all the way through this weekend. Yeah. So he was kind of down on that. He was kind of excited that Fire Boss was back, man. He likes doing shows with him. They used to rock out in my comment section a lot, man. So they got a bond there, man. So Canada, United States right there, connection. But it's good to have you, boss. It's good to have all the viewers that are coming out right now, man. All the Xbox fans, come on out here, man. All the real gamers, come on out here. We got some things to talk about tonight. And hopefully, man, we give y'all a good show. So while I'm wasting a lot of time, man, let's get right to it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, brothers and sisters, step brothers and sisters, first, second, third, fourth, fifth cousins, your aunties, your uncles, your grandpa, your grandma, the great-grandchildren and our grandchildren, the whole family reunion, your lineage, bring them on in here. Gather around. We got plenty of room for your wherever you stay at, whether it be in the backwoods, whether it be in the hick towns, whether it be from the get downs, from your major cities to your states, to your nations, to your countries and continents. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to come out here and dance with us on the mighty Di-RRec Gaming Show. Of course, I go by the name of New Legal, Tech Devin, boss in the building. Let's get to it, y'all. I only got one question. Man, why does it seem like Xbox just isn't stopping, man? Like every other week, Xbox is going bi-weekly now. Every bi-weekly, they just dropping good news. You're feeling good as an Xbox gamer. And I'm going to tell y'all straight up, I haven't felt this good since OG Xbox, to be honest. Late OG, early Xbox 360 years. I'm going to say between 2004 and 2006, man, the aura of Xbox is back, man. And I believe this time it's here to stay. What y'all think, man? Tech, go at it, man. You first, Tech. You first.
No, you guys go ahead. I'm over here wrestling a couple of things, and I'll let them talk.
I was just thinking, you said 2004 through 06. I was thinking like 2005 was probably my favorite year of gaming ever.
Facts.
Playing Xbox. Like that was around the time where I first got my first Xbox. So thinking about that, man, like just the fun that I used to have, and like thinking about what they did with that box, Xbox Live starting out, putting ripping your music to the Xbox.
Speak on it.
That was amazing.
I remember that.
Never to be done again after that. Yeah. But like being able to play your own music while you're playing the game, like it'll be like it was implemented straight into the game. It was awesome.
It was, man. My year was 2006, the year of Gears of War, man. That did it for me, man. Gears of War did it for me, and there was no turning around after that point, man.
I think it was Gears also for me. Because it was different. We already had Halo. We had Halo 1, Halo 2 on the original. And then Gears was completely different when that came out, and I was hyped up for that. I mean, just the commercial itself, that one trailer where they had the big spider thing, and it just kind of came out of the darkness. That was a sweet commercial, which I still watch every now and then.
Facts, man. Yeah, it still gets watched. Still to this day, man. It's crazy. Yo, shout out to the realest 9-1, man. We're doing good, man. Hope you're doing good too, man. If you're anywhere within this storm, man, be safe, man. Be safe. What's up, sis? I see you in the building. How you doing? Thanks for dropping by.
Yeah, the code's not bad up here or down here in Texas.
Not yet. Yeah,
It's
you're
not
right.
bad.
Not yet.
I've been out and about all day. Went shopping for a little bit. Went to the movies.
Yeah, man. What movie you go see, bro?
Crudes, man. It is good.
There you go.
The new Crudes. I'm not joking. I'm not making this up just to get you guys to go watch it. It is a good movie. I thought it was gonna be corny just because it's a sequel, but it turned out to be really funny. I mean, my gut was just busting.
Yeah, but you know, you took the kids out, man. I see your little one up.
No. I only took the older one.
Oh, okay.
I took the older one because he's been getting a lot of heat from his mom this week. And so I was like, you know what? It's like, let's go get you some new tennis shoes that you've been wanting. And then we'll go to the movies. Just don't tell anybody we're going to the movies. He's like, okay. I was like, it's just our thing. He's like,
there you go, man. There
so
you
went to the academy, got him some shoes that he wanted. And
there you go.
Went to Best Buy, just kind of look at some stuff to kill some time. And then it's like, all right, let's go to the movies. He's like, okay, can I get some candy? And it's like, man, get whatever you want. Let's go to Walgreens. Sneak that candy in, you know?
Yo, Tech is demonstrating how a father's supposed to do with his next of kin. There's nothing like your newborn, your first child, man, whether it's a daughter or not. You treat your first one like royal heritage, man, because that first one, there's nothing like that first one. And it's supposed to be like that, Tech. And it's good to see you, man, demonstrating what fathers ought to be doing, period. Whether it's your first or second or third child, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But just the fact that you're spending time with your child, man. You don't have to always spend time with all your children. Break away and individually do them. So they get memories. They get their own individual memories of you instead of it always being all of them together. You know, there might be things that they want to talk to you about. Just you and dad, you know, it's nothing like it. So Tech, man, we appreciate that, bro.
Yeah. Today was his day. I was like, let's go. So let's get you out of the house a little bit, get away from your little brother. It's just you and me. Let's go get what you need and then go watch a movie. But next month, I told him, it's like, next month, we got to bring your brother to go watch King Kong versus Godzilla. And he's like, okay, we'll
saying what you're thinking, man. Said what movie again?
Godzilla versus Kong, man. I'm taking him.
No. Which one did you go see with your son?
Oh, the Crudes.
There
Number 2.
Go.
The Crudes.
Yo, just saying what you're thinking, man. It's good to have you here, man. I was tripping. I had to make sure I was saying that right. Good to have you in, man. Good to have you in. Good to have everybody in. Jay Rembert. Good to have you in. Shock Wolf. Good to have you in. See, yo, Shock Wolf is starting, man.
Yeah, we need to talk about that nonsense.
Shock. Yo, Shock. Hold on, man.
We ain't got to that yet, but we will.
We in the intro, bro. He's coming in. That's good stuff, man. He's coming in. Oh, man. Got Rogue Enigma in the building. The realest in the building. Look at Rogue in the building. Call of Duty don't stop her, man. We appreciate Rogue, man. She works hard for the channel, man. She's always busy, always searching, always lurking.
And fighting.
Man. Pulling off them earrings all the time. Mm-hmm. Yes. Gotta take the earrings off. You know what I'm saying?
Take off those nails.
Right. Exactly, man. Yo, boss, you over there? Boss over there being shy, man. He's counting that money up. I'm gonna get him started though.
Yeah.
He's got something he's gotta say, man, tonight. I gotta give him props, man. He did say this stuff in my comment section. So we're gonna wait for that one. He's here just on notice for that because we got to give him justice for that, man. He called it and it's happening, and it's crazy that it's happening, man. Good call, boss.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's when we first met and I first was heating up your comment section.
This is facts, y'all.
Yeah, this is see, the thing is like I've been doing like my own little, digging around and stuff like that. Cause as Legal already knows, I'm like, pretty much a core JRPG guy. And it's been one of my biggest things wanting to see that genre come back to the Xbox.
I want you in a minute, man, when we get through talking on some stuff, I want you to break everything down, brother, because, hey, man, you shined. You're going to get that airtime. I want you to break everything down, what you was telling me, because remember, I was asking, man, how did you know this? And, yo, I'm going to put it like this. I'm going to be for real with Boss. I'm not gonna spoil it, but Boss been around the block, man, in this gaming industry, man. And so with him being around the block, man, he knows some things. He's got a pretty good IQ on this stuff, man, and he nailed it. I gotta admit, man, you got this one right. Especially if it happens. If it happens, I'm crowning you, bro. That's all I'm gonna say, because you said this. But
yeah,
what's up, y'all? This hinting that Xbox is going to come with these updates, man, in the future, all throughout 2021, man. And they're talking about this is just the beginning. They're going to start pushing out a lot more and making things a whole lot more noticeable towards the end of this year. So I just wanted to get some opinions on what y'all think that might be.
Go ahead, guess.
Yeah, man. Shoot up.
I know from what I've been hearing or reading rather. Yeah, it's just that it seems like the updates. Yeah, it seems like the updates are on the way. So remember all the talk we've been getting about, like, okay, if it's 30 FPS, it's going to be 60, and if it's 60, it's going to be 120. That's update is supposed to be that's supposed to be what the update is supposed to be bringing, because as we already know, a lot of the stuff, I mean, as good as Gears 5 Hive Busters may look and everything, it is not using everything.
Right.
So we're, like I said, we got some treats coming and everything.
Now, does that mean all the backward games and up, or just certain ones?
I hope it's current and back. To be honest with y'all, I hope it's both. I would love to play some backwards compatibility games at 60 or 120. I really hope that this update, man, because he's not lying. They said something about this a year ago by way of software, man, and I hope this stuff really happens, because this would be a game changer, man. I'm just interested on what Devin has to say. I know he's sitting back there kicking his feet back up. Look at him. He just chills, man.
I'm
Devin
thinking
cracking me up. You ain't getting off the hook this time, Devin.
I'm thinking absolutely 60 frames per second. I'm thinking Unreal Tournament 2. I know they brought that to backwards compatible right before they stopped making more games.
Did they really?
Compatible? Yeah, they brought Unreal Tournament 2 out.
No.
And I'm thinking 60 frames on that game. If they still have some type of server on there, even custom server, man.
I think they stopped the servers, didn't they? Well, I mean, why would they bring it up if they stopped it? So it's got to be there still.
Maybe custom server, maybe.
Yeah, man, I used to love that game.
Yeah, I Unreal Championship was my thing.
I love manning those tripod. I don't know.
The like melee. They had the melee weapons in that one too.
The Unreal was awesome. I love that game.
Yeah, definitely.
Back in the day. What's this rumor about Tecland getting bought? What do you guys think?
I called Xbox. I predicted that Xbox would pick them up way back, like way before they even said Phil and team went out to I think it was Poland. Yeah, before that article came out where they said they went to Poland and were checking out a few studios out there. I was predicting Tecland. I don't really remember what made me think of them, but if this is all pure speculation, I believe at this point, like what they're talking about, rumors going around, just getting people to talk more. I don't know where it came from, but if it's true, I'm just gonna say I told you so.
Nothing wrong with that, man.
Nothing wrong with that, man.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Appreciate you, man. You're A1, man. I know it's good to see you. It's good to see your boy Fireboss back, man. I know, bro. He hit me up, man. It's good to see him. Sent out hearing stuff about the Techland, Dying Light 2. Could be time to straight exclusive. Exactly, man. Exactly, Louis Bell.
I mean, and if they say like they bought it, they got a good collection of games. You got Dying Light, you got Dead Island. Let's see, I'm looking at their list. Nikita, you got the Call of Juarez games. There was Chrome. I don't know how popular that was. But I mean, Dying Light was one of their big ones, and those are the ones I really enjoyed. Was that man? I spent so many hours on that game on the first one. It was insanely good.
Great zombie game.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, because actually, you know, they were talking to Major Nelson on his podcast, and in it, they were talking about that they got a lot of really exciting things that are going to be coming down the pipeline. And check this out, for months and years. Keyword is years, y'all. They're really going to put their investment into this X and this S, man. They're not lying when they said this thing is future-proof, man. There's I don't know, man. There's a lot of stuff that we just don't have out right now. But I don't think Xbox is playing around when it comes to these updates, man.
No.
These rumors, right now, Xbox has been pretty accurate on these rumors, man. When these leaks come out, yo, there's boss. Look at boss in the building. Look at after boss in the building, man.
And you know how much I hate leaks.
Right.
Not because of what they ruin. It's just like, okay, I want to hear it from Microsoft directly.
Yeah, always.
Always. I don't want to hear like some insider told me. I'm like, nah, I don't care about you.
Breaking news.
Yeah, breaking news.
Right.
Or somebody saying that Halo's coming to PlayStation because they have inside information.
Oh my god.
It's
crazy, man. Yeah, I know. It's
Twitter,
crazy, y'all.
Twitter can be pretty cringy, man.
As much as some people hate everything Xbox, they sure want the games.
Oh,
somebody dropped off. We got a drop off.
That's definitely sure.
You lost a guy.
Yeah,
oh man.
Yeah, he'll come back. Fireboss got kicked out for a minute. He'll come back. Yo, Xbox hints to some exciting platform updates. We know this backwards compatibility now is in effect. We know for a minute that that's going to happen. We know that's going to happen. And they proved it with the Ninja Gaidens and the, what was the other one? Fusion. The Assassin's Creeds.
But I thought they stopped already with that program. Like what we have now is all we're going to get.
Well,
for like 360 games. For 360 games.
Well, that's the thing. Well, you know, you could be right. It could be, we don't know. You're right. It either could be another list or it could be some OG Xbox games. He's right. Or it could be some Xbox One games. We don't know. That's
because I thought all OG Xbox 360, what we have now as backward comp, then that is it. That's our list. They stopped it just because I don't know, for whatever reason they have. Xbox One is gravy just because it's so close to the architecture of today. You know, you just play it. I mean, not a big deal except for those Kinect games. But I don't know. I mean, if they're going to ramp it back up again, well, that's good.
I'm not
against it.
Right? Or like I said, man, I wish that if you owned a physical copy, it will play regardless. As long as it's an Xbox game, it will play. I wish that was true, man. Those glory days.
It is up to Xbox One.
Right.
Well, I mean, the ones that are backward comp.
Right. You know,
but I think if you pop in an Xbox 360 on a Series X, it's not going to work.
Right. I could understand, you know, digital copies because of licensing issues and things like that. But if you bought the game and it's physical and you're able to put it into one of these consoles of the next generation, it should be able to just play, man.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion, man. If it's out there, because I mean, GameStop still sells 360 games.
Yeah.
And I know what people say. Well, you know, that's because people still got 360. True. But hey, man, Xbox is known for having their consoles to play their games.
But it gives they continue selling because the Xbox One and the series games have given more life to those games.
That's true.
Because of Get Backward Comp. That's true. That's why they're still sticking around, because some kid be like, "Hey, what is that thing? Oh yeah, that'll play on your Xbox One. Oh, that will play on your Series X."
Yeah, that's true, man. And it lit up because you can go get a 360 game for $2-3 $1 now.
Yeah,
that's crazy. You can build your library up.
Yeah, Xbox. GameStop will have all these sales. Get 5 games for like $10.
That's
right. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Another reason why people holding on to their Xbox Ones and 360s is because they seem to be like the best machines for like a lot of people doing like a lot of like modding.
Yep.
And was it like emulation, also all sorts of different things, including running like Kodi, like setting up Kodi and stuff like that.
That's true.
Well, check this out. What's this?
That's right. That's a PC.
That's a genuine murder. That's a genuine murder item right there.
Right.
You can drop that on someone's head and they're done.
Facts.
That one's modded pretty nicely, and it has a few games on there burnt onto the hard drive. So it's really nice console that I have there.
Nice.
What do y'all think about E3, man? What do y'all think about E3 this year? And what do y'all think about Jeff Keighley not being there? And
yes. We need a round of applause for that, because that douchebag needs to go away.
Get out of here.
You know, man, I think it's so funny how the industry is, man. It's weird, right? Because I know that we're the customers, man. We have the opportunity to really just tell what we like and what we don't like. And Jeff Keighley knows he's not favorable around here in these streets, man. He knows the kind of side maneuvers he does on Xbox, on the Xbox community. But, you know, when I see, you know, Microsoft dealing with him, I don't take it personal, because, you know, they're looking at him as a business situation.
But they have to see what we all see, though.
Yeah, oh, they do.
You know,
they do.
They have to see that his energy is just not there.
Right.
That his enthusiasm is just completely just non-existent. Right. But when something PlayStation comes up, then his pants are wet. You know?
And this has been proven. So it's not like Tex makes something up, man. This is old news. It's been proven over and over. As a matter of fact, you made a video about it.
Yep.
You showed it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, what I don't understand is why Microsoft would allow somebody who has no energy for you, based off of his popularity and stuff like that, to do your show. We don't care about that. See, that's one thing we don't care about. We don't care about that because Jeff Keighley isn't nothing without his viewers. He's not something special.
Wait. I'm no angry Joe. I'm happy Joe. That Rain. Oh, Rain G4.
but yeah, you know, it's like everybody isn't here on behalf of their own strength. We're here because you have a following, a strong following. You got people who enjoy your work. But why would I want to have somebody representing my stuff with no excitement? And hey, listen, this is criticism. Like I said, we don't always sit up here. Look,
that's me as a PlayStation guy. Well, guys, I have the new Elite controller. It's okay. It's all right. You know, thanks Microsoft for providing me this. But you know, what's all this? And there you go. That's the energy.
Exactly. That, you know, that's it makes no sense, man. There's your boy Tech, Jeremy Merchant in the building.
Jeremy Merchant.
You know, it's like I wouldn't do it. That's just me personally. My opinion, get some younger, youthful, energized Xbox fans. And to me, man, I think companies are just, in a way, they're like afraid to represent fans, but yet they make these shows like Fan Fest.
Yeah.
Look, here's my thing about it, y'all, and I'll move to the next subject. To me, what's the purpose of caging your fans, right? You do fan fest, and it's like, okay, now you can act like a big fan. It's fan fest, but when fan fest is over, I want y'all to be conservative and locked up. We don't want this. We don't want this all year long. But at the same time, you want our money. I'm spending my money on this stuff. I'm gonna enjoy it. I don't care what somebody may think about me. I don't care if they think I'm a fanboy or whatever. That's the least of my concerns. All I ever told them was, when you say I'm a fanboy, just put it all in caps for me, man. Don't say that in the small singular.
You're a fanboy.
No, yeah, put that in big caps, man. I don't want no small caps, bro. Call me fanboy. Put some exclamation marks on the end of that. That's all, man.
Yeah.
The chat room is lit. It's good to see the chat room. And it's good to see E3 back. It looks like you're gonna have to pay a lot of money to go to E3 this year. It's gonna be some selected people, but it's gonna be what, 6-7 digits? Figures anyway.
I know who's going to be there though.
Right, we don't know. It's gonna be some top wigs, right? It's gonna be celebrities.
What did they say? 6 figures?
We need John Wick, The Rock.
Facts.
And,
Yeah, The Rock. You know what? It'd be nice, man. Get some of our OGs in it. Get Snoop, get the game, get The Rock. Yeah, it'd be nice to see that.
Yeah.
That'd be
Bring
pretty
some
cool.
old school MTV people back. MTV was a big pusher for Xbox when it came out, man.
Damn, NTV. Yeah.
I know, right? We don't even watch that stuff anymore.
Nope.
Exactly. It sounds ancient.
It's turned into a reality channel now.
Right.
Green Day to do an Xbox set.
Yeah, Green Day.
That'd be dope.
Now we're gonna get into the comedy, and I want y'all. Yo, G4, you know it, man. Look, G4, all them coupons. I'm bringing all them coupons, baby. I'm knocking it down. I'm knocking the prices down.
Stacking
them. Yo, here comes the comedy, y'all.
All right, what's going on?
Oh man, Tech. And I want everybody on this panel to tell me, man. Yo, why? Okay, it's kind of like what Tech said. Unless you hear it from the company, don't get bamboozled. Why in the world, man, did a lot of you PlayStation fans go out here and go after them black customized?
Oh man!
I mean,
I know what you're talking about now.
I guess I'm gonna be in the middle. I'm Mr. Neutral. So,
this is a neutral moment.
In one hand, I feel bad just because, look, it's your money.
Right.
You don't play with people's money. And the other hand is you bought it, you made pre-orders, you sent the money to a place called Super 5.
Talk about it.
Which no one's ever heard of. So one should have, that's like you trying to buy something from Wish. You don't know what you're going to get, And so they sent money to this Super 5 place. And
they spent their money there, y'all. This is
and
no lie.
And didn't do any sort of, research of the place, of the online thing. And we know we have tons of online retailers. But there's a lot of them you should just go to, like Amazon, Walmart, Best Buy, just because those are your main ones. And then you got your, some of them, like some other place like CD Keys are reputable. They don't sound like it, but they are, because I bought from them. But then some stranger comes along called Super 5, and everybody jumped on it just because they want to make their PlayStation look good, which I get. But at the same time, a place called Super 5, I would have done a little research on the place before sending my money.
Hey, Tech, this is almost I'm sorry to interject. This is almost the equivalent. Yeah, this is almost the equivalent of somebody deciding that a good, healthy alternative to their normal hairspray would be Gorilla Glue.
Oh my God. Oh, and did you hear the next one?
Man.
And this is just for them to have attention, because they couldn't stand that one person got the attention. But there was a guy that thought she was lying. So he did the same thing with the plastic cup and glued it to his lips.
Are you serious, bro?
I'm not joking, man. He did the same thing because he didn't believe what she was doing. So he's like, you know what? I'm gonna try it too. And he did it, and then he had to go to the doctor as well. And
Yeah, they had to get him cut open. Yeah.
Yep.
Smack him around and get the cup off his lips. Mike Tyson him up some, you know. Come on, people.
Yeah, it was just bad.
It's Gorilla Glue. They call it Gorilla Glue for a reason.
It was terrible. Yeah. But yeah, they got ripped off by a place called Super 5.
It's true.
And they just got up and left. They shut down their website. They shut down all their social media.
Refunds.
There is no way to contact them at all to get the refunds, if there is any.
Sony has nothing to do with that.
Sony has nothing to do with it. Yeah.
Matter of fact, you had one that pop up actually saying, they said it brazenly, we dare Sony to sue us.
Yeah, they did. Look, okay, watch this. By modifying existing components of the console rather than manufacturing his own parts, Super 5 is hoping to avoid legal trouble. Right there. Like Fireball said, if I was reading that right there, that's the red light. That's like 3 red lights. And you don't even get 3 red lights at a traffic stop, right? But 3 red lights go off, and you look at that and you're like, okay.
I'm gonna go with it.
You guys, man, I don't know, man. Y'all make it easy to just clown y'all, man.
Yes.
We're not even trying to clown y'all. Like it just happens, man. Like, how can you be this stupid? Anytime you're dealing with something online, man, you have to cross your I's and dot your T's. I mean, that's the funny part. You have to cross your T's and dot your I's. You know? But y'all seem to think that this online stuff is a joke, man. Like, there was somebody on Twitter who made a transaction during the early days of the PlayStation 5 for $750. You don't know the person.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you did this transaction, and then you got mad because when the money touched him, he's like, okay, I'm good.
Peace
out. Peace out. And you're mad. You're on Twitter flapping your gums about it, and anybody with sense is looking at you like, what the hell did you think was going to happen? And, you know, some of his friends were like, if you did me like that, I'd have done you the same way too. You know, I should have disguised myself, and you didn't know I was your friend. You'd have gave me $750, man. This stuff is crazy, y'all.
Oh, man.
That's the comedy, man. We you know, that's typical donkey fashion, man. Typical donkey fashion. So we're gonna move along. We're gonna move along, man, and
get it going.
We're gonna bring it close. We're gonna bring it closer to a little bit more exciting stuff, man. I like the fact that the Xbox is gonna be bringing out this. I got to represent some people from Twitter, man. Jap made a good remark today. Wait a minute. Damn. Oh man. Breaking news.
Hold on.
Yo, yeah, for real. This is breaking news, people.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yo, there's a class action lawsuit being filed against Sony over the PlayStation 5 DualSense controller drift.
Yep.
Talk about it. Let's go.
You know, it's funny. It's funny. See, didn't I talk about that before legal in one of my podcasts where I said that the way they built this thing, it's like all those gears and how tight up they are and stuff like that, and even how people were even complaining that there was cases in the game where the trigger just jammed and they had to force the thing back down. Man, dude, you was already asking for trouble. So even with Microsoft, you know, dropping little subtle hints that, okay, we're thinking about this, we're looking into it. I'm kind of like, man, I understand the whole immersion thing, but do we have to have it?
He's right, man. There's an actual look, bro. They are okay. Okay. So anybody that thinks this is just something that's light, or shall me and Tech say this is just day one problems? You know, we're in February now. It's still day one problems, right? So anybody that thinks these are day one problems, this is what Gamer Rant said. The notorious manufacturing defect has now struck Sony's new flagship console, the PlayStation 5, and players are seeking legal action.
You know something else legal? When you think about it, if I'm not mistaken, the manufacturer, the ones behind the design and manufacturing of their controllers, ain't those the same jokers who did the Switch controllers? And
Look
those
at
are
this.
notorious for drift.
Okay. Use on it. Look at this. The issue.
More drift than initial D.
Look, check this out. That's some funny stuff. The issue refers to a frustrating problem with the controller joysticks and in-game movement, like everybody was talking about. At worst, controller drift causes character or menu motion, even when the player is not interacting with the joystick. So this thing is your character's moving around. You ain't even got to touch the joystick. This is extremely noticeable, and in many cases can make playing various games near impossible. The complexity of these devices has led to a prominent examples of drift recently, like Nintendo Joy-Con's lawsuit. There it is. There it is, boss.
Man.
So, let's bash Microsoft because we don't want to be fanboys.
Well, they've had their share.
Right.
Well.
Let's bash Microsoft so everybody has a mutual emotional feeling right now.
That's right.
When I got the Elite controller, the first ones, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. Raggedy. The bumper triggers and it was crazy, man. They would break on you. They would literally break on you. And you didn't even have to be pressing on them hard. It was just the way they were made. So I sent one back and I got a new one and it did the same thing. This is just true. I mean, that's the end of the story. The controls were garbage. The 2.0, perfect. They had a little slide up. I believe there were some people that had some little issues with them. But I'm going to tell y'all right now, I've had my 2.0 since day one. Absolutely no issues at all. None. Yeah, the rubber would come off. Exactly. That's true. He's not lying. The rubber would come off because I had to customize mine.
All right.
My second one, I went and got scuff customization grips.
Speak on that part.
Go ahead, Ted.
I had one too. When the Elite Xbox came out, do you remember that one?
Oh yeah, you got that one. That's what
I got that one, which came with the Elite controller.
That's
so
right.
It was a bundle.
Yeah.
Right. So I got that, and I started getting stick drift on that controller, on the Elite controller, a year later. Right. So it was like, I think it was a month over the year, and I called Microsoft, or Microsoft support, and I said, "Hey, my Elite controller is starting doing this number," and they're like, "Okay." And she looked it up and she goes, yeah, it shows here when you purchased it. It's like, well, I'm sorry, you only get 90 days because controllers come with a 90-day warranty. And I'm just like, yeah, it's like, I understand that part. However, this controller came with the console, so it falls under the 1-year warranty. Right. And she said, okay, well, let me keep looking. So she kept looking and she made an exception. She's like, you know what? We'll go ahead and replace it. We'll send you a box and everything, and then we'll send you a replacement, no cost whatsoever, even though it's been over a year since you purchased the console. And I was like, cool, appreciate it, And also because she looked at my history, she says, you know what? You have a clean history with us. It's not like you're calling all the time to have something replaced. So, we're going to go ahead and make this exception. So here's the replacement. Not one issue whatsoever.
Oh, you haven't had no issues with it now?
This is 2000. The Elite came out in 2015, I think. And this in 2016, a year later, is when I started getting stick drift. And this is the replacement that they gave me. And not once have I had any stick drift issues or rubber coming off or any buttons sticking or breaking.
Nice. Man, that's shocking. I'm not even going to front.
Yep.
Nice.
Of course, you're going to have the people, Tech don't use it. But hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, of course.
It is what it is. So yeah, man. I mean, it's a class. It seems like, man, every time we turn around, Sony's getting sued from something, man. It's crazy. It makes no sense, y'all. Every year, Sony can't make it past a year, man, without going class action lawsuits or something, man. It's always a lawsuit with them.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the reasons they can't catch up with Microsoft's cash. Too busy trying to pay Peter to rob Paul.
Yeah.
Facts. Real quick question, y'all. What are y'all gaming on, man? What are y'all gaming on? I never asked Boss, did you ever get a chance to get the X or the S, man?
No, man. They still here in South Cac, man. They still slack with the with getting them back in stock. I did notice that Wally's up the street from me managed to grab up like some S's. Well, the S wasn't what I was looking for anyway, but
Right.
it's like the moment I went back the following day because I was trying to find something else, they were gone.
Yeah.
And
they go fast.
yeah, so yeah, I mean, there hasn't been no Series X or S or PS5s or anything. I mean, dude, not even Switches or anything. It is. I mean, the whole gaming aisle has just been bone dry, and even going in GameStop. And here's the thing. I see. As I told Legal before, I've been I actually wanted to get the Series X on the All Access program and stuff like that.
Right.
And that was my plan. But if I didn't know any better, I want to say that a lot of places I think have on purposely disabled All Access to where it may be up, but for some odd reason it won't let you use it, because when I keep checking with GameStop, there'll be times it'll show that they have them in stock, but every time you try to go into the All Access, the site freezes or it just won't open.
Yeah.
And I told them about it, and I was like, yeah, what's going on with that? And they're kind of like, oh, well, it's going through a bank or something like that. So I don't know. Like I said, man, I mean, they're not making it. I heard people had success with All Access, but your boy here isn't one of them.
Right.
But
hey, man, there's many of them like you out there, man.
Yeah, General's still
Yeah,
going.
man. Oh my God, General.
I've been keeping an eye out for
bro.
General, man, trying to find one for him.
Yeah, no
So
doubt.
So I keep hoping that, if Microsoft is hearing something, a podcast like this or somebody for them, that
Right.
they consider touching base with GameStop, since their fingers are a lot more deeper in their pie. Okay, that didn't sound right. Sorry. is basically just to say, okay, all right, I know we did this to try to be more, bring more parity to if you was going to go buy a new iPhone
Right.
with a plan. So how about we go ahead and do it where instead of forcing people to go to this website, we just do it right there in the store? How about that?
Yeah.
Because that will simplify it and really get that in more people's hands. If they did it that way, because I don't know, the whole you got to go through the website thing and all that man, the only reason that it frustrates me is because a lot of times that portal isn't working.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because of traffic or what. I mean, whatever. So
It's probably a little bit of both.
Microsoft, get those consoles to people, man. Get those X's and S's to people, man. You got your gamers out here wanting it, man. We need to get in that next generation. Let's go, Microsoft.
All right, so
yeah.
I finally saw the PlayStation 5 in person.
I did too.
That thing is massive.
I seen it in the store.
It is.
was in
I'm
a-
not
it was in a
exaggerating. It is
plastic
massive.
case.
My modem said, "Don't you bring that in this house, man. We fighting."
I'm serious. That like, man, you look at that thing like somebody took out a warp drive from one of the Star Wars vehicles or something. Man.
My son, we were at Best Buy earlier, and I go, "Hey, look, that's the PlayStation 5." He's like, "What is that thing?"
Right? Yeah, it's crazy, man. It you know what? It goes with absolutely nothing in your house. Nothing.
No.
There's nothing that goes with that. Devin, what you gonna put your PlayStation 5 by? If you ever had one, what you gonna put it by? A white wall?
I'm gonna put that thing in the garage.
See, they keep saying that it was intentional. It's supposed to be a conversation piece. Yeah,
Oh,
you're gonna be talking. You're gonna be talking about it, all right.
Yeah.
Bro, it's hollow.
Talking
It's
about
hollow, man.
Yeah.
It don't look right. When I saw it, I was like, man, the middle is just hollow. It's
It's a lot of wasted space.
It looks like the glacier that
it's
took down the
put together,
Titanic.
man. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Deb.
homeboy.
It said it looked like the glacier that took down the Titanic.
Ah.
It's weird looking, man. That's for sure. I couldn't see anything that it could actually go next to in my house, man. To actually white, blue, and black. That's the color of this thing. That's cool if it was small, but this thing is huge.
Yeah, it's gigantic.
Sony made the most enormous console in gaming history. That's it.
And the whole excuse is because they wanted to try to reduce all the fan noise that they've been getting all the buck back about with the PS4 and the Pro.
And did they accomplish that? Yeah. They made it louder.
Like,
They made it louder. Man, but with two different sets of fans. This is crazy, man. All right. So the comedy of the day is coming to an end. That's pretty much what's going on in Sony land right now. Hopefully, man, they got Ratchet and Clank coming up in the future for them. And I know if there's a lot of Ratchet and Clank fans out there, they can't wait to get their hands on it for the 14th time and, let everybody know how great 14th time is memorable for them. So, it's all good, man. It's all good. A George Foreman grill.
as hot as it gets, might as well.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to let that one breathe. But yeah, man, other than the updates, we're getting down to getting closer to Fireboss's prediction here.
All right, let's
This
do
is
it.
great, y'all. This is
I wanna hear
actually
it.
good stuff.
I'm waiting for it.
So we got games coming out. Game Pass. Before we get there, Game Pass. Let's talk about it for a minute, man. Because
It's a terrible service. I don't like it.
right. Because there's still people out here that I don't know, man. Either they really envy this thing, or man, they just have intense hatred for gamers to be able to play a whole lot of games.
It's
I
envy, man.
never understood ever in my history of gaming where being able to play more games is a bad thing. Can y'all elaborate that to me, man? Explain how having over 100 some odd games, damn near 200 something games at your disposal for $9.99, well, $14.95 the max is a bad thing, man. I want to hear what y'all got to say about it, man.
It's gonna warp the mind
Right.
of the little kids that play this. They use this service because it's just so many games, and it's a problem. It's gonna be worse than COVID.
I don't see the term that we're going to be looking at with this, folks, is called Grinching. You know how the Grinch was like, up on Who Hill, looking down at Whoville,
Right.
just all full of hatred. That's what we're looking
Just
at.
mad all the time.
You're like, look at them playing them games. Look at them having fun with their Game Pass, with their Elite controller, and look at that legal enjoying his Hive Busters. How dare he?
Yeah.
Why they don't beat Spider-Man within under 7 hours and already pissed off and trying to look for the next thing and can't find it.
Yo, mock me if I'm wrong, right? Mock me. But wasn't the PlayStation 5 Miles Morales version that wasn't the $70 one, right? That was like, I don't know how
It's
much
like
that one
$40,
was.
I think.
It was 40, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It was if you had the combined PlayStation 4 version with the Miles Morales where it was $75, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay. So, they're trying to justify PlayStation 4, I guess, to make that what it is. Okay, we get that. So let's just say they spend 40 something bucks on the PlayStation 5 version, and like Fireball said, they beat it 7 hours.
That's like 2.5 months.
There you go.
Of
That's
Game
what I
Pass?
wanted to hear. What's that equivalent to as Ultimate? That's how much tech?
I think like 2 or 3 months worth.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna figure
Because it's what is it? What is retail for Game Pass? $15?
Right. That's 3 months. That's
Yeah.
$15. That's $45. That's $15, $45. That's 3 months of Game Pass Ultimate. You are exactly right. Now, in 3 months, gamers can do a lot.
Yep.
The beautiful thing about Game Pass is that we're experiencing games that we wouldn't normally see. We wouldn't normally get a chance to. There you go. We wouldn't normally get a chance to check out and play. Okay. There's this thing about levels to gaming. We all understand this stuff, levels to gaming, right? Everybody games differently.
Yep.
So you're not going to be able to take your experience and put it on another gamer because he might be playing the same game but getting a totally different experience from the way you get experience from it. But the common ground is that you guys are both experiencing it in a way that you can converse about what you're playing. That's the beauty of gaming. It's not so much that everybody should game like you or game at your rate of play, but the fact that everybody's gaming and can share a conversation on the games that they play. I hope I'm making sense. Am I losing anybody here?
No, you're on the money.
Man, you're right on point.
I mean, feel free to jump in, y'all. Yeah, you ain't got to sit here. Feel free to jump in. So the levels to this stuff, like I've always said, you got your beginners, okay, people who are just now getting into gaming. Then you got your casuals. Those are the ones who game ever so often. Then you got your hardcores that are going to want to get out here and get the day ones and the special editions and they're going to game. They come home and they play until they can't stop and they want to beat that game and they want to be the first ones to talk about it. And then you have your professional ones who actually go out here, play games for a living. So there's like 5 levels to this, 5 to 6 levels to this, because also you got people who are in the gaming business as well. And they don't play games. They commentate for it and things like that. But they're still part of the gaming culture. Now, you got all those levels, right? Each one of those levels, people play at different experiences, right? So when you're coming up with a business model for the gaming industry, you have to take all of that into consideration. You come out with your console, you know that there's only going to be so many people that are going to come out day one and buy that console, right? Then you're going to have the ones that say, I'm waiting, man, till next summer because these consoles may come out and they're not working, so I'm not going to buy it right there day one. I'm going to wait a while. About next summer, they get it. They want to just see how everybody does with the games and the consoles and see everything running smooth, and then they want to buy it. Then you have the next phase that may come out 3 years later. When what, y'all? When what? The console price dips for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have that crew to come in. I'm getting it now. It was $4.99, but now it's $3.99. To me, that's where I wanted it. So I was waiting for it to drop to the price that I want. Now, these people could have bought the console at $4.99. They just don't see it as feasible for them to pay $500 at that time. So they wait. Then you got the ones that love the holidays, the Black Fridays and the special holiday sales. They get the games. We see them every
Summer
year.
sales, spring sales.
There you go. The sales consumer. And the way they think, it ain't worth buying unless it's on sale. You got these people like this, and they're not gonna buy the game unless the game is on sale. Where I'm coming with all that at, people, is that this is our culture. it doesn't mean that they're not gamers because they prefer to buy their games at certain ass points within the dates of the time that they want to buy games that are feasible for them, right? We have to understand that everybody's not going to spend their money on games like we do, or you know, and to be honest with you, it's not even important.
I used to be that guy. I used to be the guy to buy every hot game on day one. And what happens when I get those games back home? They sit on the shelf collecting dust until I get to it. And by the time I do get to it, they're $30 at the store.
Right. And then you're sitting back like, damn, you know, I know what you mean. He's right. Now, from what you just said, look at GameStop. Look at look at GameStop for one. I will go to GameStop. Look how GameStop sells back compatible games. They're selling them at an all-time cheap now. The 360 still a $90-something purchase, but when you get that, you're gonna get your two controllers. You're gonna get a nice set. But those games are so low that, hey man, for beginners, the 360 right now at GameStop, oh man, get it. Play some of these 360 games and then come on up because you're not gonna lose nothing. Take the console back in, trade it in. You know, get your feel of the Xbox, see how the games feel for you. You like Xbox, come on over. But you don't have to pay top dollar to experience Xbox because there's still some 360 games out here that we love. Yeah. You know, some of them are getting remastered. Look at the Yakuza for one. It was out during the 360 days. It wasn't on 360, but it was out during that time. There's people. Lewis Al just said he beat 3. You know, going on to 4.
I'm almost finished with it.
Oh, that's awesome. There's people out here playing these games. And the reason why we're talking about Yakuza, because it was never on Xbox. So if you was a diehard Xbox fan and you don't like the way PlayStation controller fits in your hand like I do, then you waited. And now we're blessed. Look what we get. The best versions of all time for that series.
Yeah, they look good.
So, you know, people, it's always been that way. These consoles, I remember when my dad was telling me, man, when he bought the Intellivision was like $600 something. That was back in the early 80s, Tech and Boss.
Yeah.
I ain't saying Devin because Devin's a 90s kid, you know. Devin's a young buck.
Super Nintendo, right?
That's it. He's doing good over there. but Boss, $600 something back then. And you know this.
Yeah, that's why when people start complaining about the price of the current, well, the now current gen systems and everything, I just chuckle.
Because what Microsoft has done, man, they instead of using a gimmick, right? Instead of using a gimmick like not having a hard drive for Blu-ray movies, that was the gimmick. That was the gimmick for Sony. They actually made 2 consoles that are different with price, but very similar to tech. And I love the way they did it because look at the prices. $200 gap. Dude, the Series S is right there where the 360 was, man. The Xbox Series X is right there where the Xbox One was. There's no, Microsoft masterfully did this, man. Now, when you look at the PlayStation, they had to go up one, didn't they? They sat on that $399 that whole entire generation, man. Why? Because they couldn't drop that price. If they dropped that price, everything was going for a pay cut and as a loss. So it had to stay there. Yeah, they do deals every now and then. They drop it by $50. They give you a game, and then, hey, about 2 months later, they jack it back up. It wasn't going to stay like that for too long. So that $399 stayed there. So what happened? For them to come into this big boy game, they had to step that bad boy up 100 because we always know that AMD has to get paid. And usually AMD gets a $100 cut. But look at the genius of Microsoft. Microsoft said, hey, check this out. We've been partnering in this console business since the 360. But we're ready to change this whole latency thing. It's getting old. You can see it in Phil Spencer's talk starting 2016, E3 and up 5 years ago. You can see it, that they were tired of this, having the vision to make these great games, but can't get there because the GPU and the CPU is offset. One is stronger than the other. So that causes latency, people. What is latency? Okay, let's explain this. Latency is whenever you compensate one for the other. So you're making a game and you want this game to be graphically mesmerizing. So you put everything in there to the max that the GPU can graphically hold. Well, what it does to the CPU is it makes those frame rates drop down so that you can make a game like that and have a steady frame rate. Well, that frame rate might be 22 frames per second. And your character's real slow, and you're frustrated because you're like, man, look, the game is beautiful, but can I move faster than this? So, and then when they would compensate that, well, then your graphics will fall apart, but your frame rates will go up. This is why Titanfall, this was the problem with Titanfall. Titanfall was a beautiful game. I hate the fact that it did not go like it was supposed to go. It was a cloud compute game. Ahead of its time, but because of latency issues, 780, 60 frames per second, couldn't get it there. And that was the problem. It didn't have nothing to do with the developers. It was just the capabilities of that console could not do it. It could not hold a native 1080p at that 60 at that time. It just couldn't do it. It wasn't that powerful enough to do it. So you can see the vision there with Microsoft. Microsoft never had a problem with making games at 60 frames per second. At no problem. The thing was, they knew that people wanted nice looking games. If I'm paying this money, I want to have a nice looking game. I don't want something that looks raggedy and I'm paying hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars for. So Phil Spencer finally nailed it. He said, AMD, look, we're coming in here. We're going to co-engineer. You guys are going to help us. We're going to help you. We're bringing some of our stuff to you. Hint, hint. DXL, DXR, DX12. The shaders, machine learning, all this stuff. Velocity architecture. That stuff just didn't stay with Microsoft. It went to AMD as well. And they built beautiful graphic cards. They built a beautiful two RDNA 2.0 DNA consoles that are ready to go. But
legal. Sony brought stuff to the table too.
I know.
Don't forget you get ones that like to argue that too, but yet it's funny they didn't hang around to get it all in that chip.
That's right. There you go. They got mad and poked fun at Microsoft in the beginning because their games were underperforming. But we come later to find that the dev kit came out later for a reason. It came out late summer of last year. All right. Late summer. So we're looking at around September when these dev kits went out because they wanted to get the RDNA 2.0 implemented. So get that update, put in the console so that these games could stand up to what they were offering. And they did it. And you see every time you turn around now, every single time, like I said, you're not going to be able to beat Xbox. Xbox is going to outperform both consoles now. It's going to easily outperform the Switch, but PlayStation 5 is not on its level. It just isn't. And you see that the PlayStation 5 is built on that old philosophy, Devin. Well,
yes, sir.
Well, what are you talking about, Legal? What are you talking about? It's right there, y'all. It's in fine print. There's only one thing on the PlayStation 5 that's next gen. That's his GPU. So like I said, if you only have one thing, that's more powerful, what is it going to cause? Latency. This has been 30 years in the making, y'all. Sony did nothing to improve that. They are the same as they were last gen, the gen before that, and the gen before that, and the gen before that. They didn't go anywhere. All they did was make a new console. It's a new console with old issues.
And it's the same with the dev kit. That's why the dev kit is so quote unquote easy, because it's the same kit as all before, just with what they're used to. With some extra stuff.
But watch this, boss. Xbox is what they've been wanting. See, here's two things. The dev kit over there for PlayStation 5 is what they're used to. The dev kit on Xbox Series S and Xbox Series X is what they've been wanting. There's a different mindset there. Because when you have the GPU and the CPU at the same level, yo, boss, you don't have to compensate for nothing, Devin. Tech. You just go in there and make your game. Now we're about to get on some stuff before we get to boss's final say so on this. Because I want you to break that down, brother. You're going in for the victory. But I told Jap that I was gonna remember him today because he said something today that kind of nailed it. And a lot of people are not talking about this, but old school, if you know old school from Twitter, he's been talking about this for a while. And Jap kind of said it today. I'm trying to find it. Trying to find out where he said that. I'm at the y'all go ahead and talk, but I'm gonna bring it up.
Somebody's wooing back there.
Yeah, it's my wife. It's my wife. She gotta be loud. She knows y'all can be hearing her. I'm glad she's not busting in the door though, trying to get on the show.
What are you guys doing? Can I be in on this?
I'm gonna find them.
Like last time, she all sticking her head out.
Oh man, dude.
And then she pats her hair like, "Oh, is my hair okay?"
There's Jap. There he is.
But legal, real quick though. Look, just to add to what we were saying is like, is everybody's gonna definitely go in about saying like, oh yeah, Santa Monica and all them, Naughty Dog, they're gonna eke every bit of power out of that system, and it's gonna look amazing. Right. Yeah, it will. But the thing is, we gotta switch our mindset to long term. There's a thing called the glass ceiling, and once you hit it, how much further can you go? How much more are you going to eke out before that thing is like completely? Because think about it, almost everything that those two studios alone have been doing have been like pushing the PS4 full tilt.
That's true.
So
Sad J is right here. Sad J, you're right. Yeah, it might be, man. We hearing that. Yeah, that's the rumors, man. Dying Light might be an exclusive. It's funny because Dying Light was supposed to come out and they kept pushing it back and they got quiet on it. There's a lot of stuff. You know what, man? If Dying Light 2 is exclusive, man, that's oh my goodness, man. And you know how we know the streets, man. They're gonna be quiet. All these these silent double agents that Devin would call them. They're double agents, right? They'll sit there and tell you they hate Xbox, but as soon as something great happens,
it's a game that nobody wanted to play anyways, right?
Oh yeah, they'll be quiet. They won't say anything. They won't tell you they own.
Nobody wants to play Dying Light 2. Nobody. No.
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna play that game. They got it. Been playing it all this time. But Jap said something today, y'all, that I'm gonna touch on. That I don't think nobody really wants to hear these words. But this is the difference between Xbox Series X, S, and PlayStation 5. The AI machine learning, that is a monster. You guys don't understand that it is a joyride for developers to come over there and develop their games for the Xbox Series consoles. Because that AI machine learning, it picks up what they can't do. He said something today that knocked it out the ballpark. And many people liked it, but he should have got more likes than this. That's why I had to read. Matter of fact, I'm retweeting it right now. He said the AI, machine learning, the future is not about hardware or raw power anymore, but in the software. I don't know how many times we've been saying this. And this right here is the number one truest comment as to why PC gamers are having a hard time. Because what do PC gamers do? They customize hardware parts. Am I wrong? Anybody up here say, am I wrong? Devin, am I wrong?
Absolutely not.
Boss, am I wrong?
Nope. That's one of the reasons I got out of it. But it's a headache.
Right. Tech, you the guy.
Hey,
am I wrong?
I came from PC gaming and I got sick of it, man.
Okay. So PC people, PC gamers, they buy hardware components and they transform it. They make transformers. That's what they do. They put them together.
And just to let people know, I'm an IT guy. I work with computers. That's my career.
Facts.
Every day.
Same here. That was my career field.
And I do not game on PC. Every now and then, maybe I'll do a Play Anywhere title, but that's pretty much it. You know,
right?
I really don't do Steam. I don't do all the other launchers. So many launchers. There's just too many.
Yeah. You have to build transformers. And look, that's another aspect of the beauty of gaming. Everybody gets the gamer they want to game and play how they want to play. Beautiful. Legal's not playing on a keyboard and mouse. Nope, not for me. I'm a joystick, arcade controller type kid. That's where I come from. That's where I'm going to go, and that's where I'm going to stay. I'm not playing my video games with a mouse and keyboard. I'm not knocking you. It's just not my style. The hardware has to be put together, and you have to have strong enough hardware to maximize your performance. Now,
they all have to complement each other too.
There you go.
You can't have one more powerful than the other one, or the other one, back and forth.
That's right. But like Tech said, here's what we see from a lot of y'all. We hear a lot of mouth, but we don't see that, like he said, that compatibility in your builds. We see a strong GPU card with a weak CPU. You don't want to, you're not going to spend that money to build your nice power CPU and a nice powered graphic card. You might even have to have two of them. But we don't usually see that from you guys. So you like to knock us because we say, oh, we're playing this at Ultra 4K 60, or oh, it's just 4, or even they love to come knock us even if it was like 1800, but the game is playing at 120 frames as if they're really doing better than that. That's what cracks me up about you PC guys, the fake ones. Because everybody knows, man, you're not 4K unless your monitor is 4K. So stop it. And don't come at us with a 26-inch screen talking about I'm Ultra 4K. Stop that.
Stop it.
Don't insult yourself like that, and don't play yourself like that. All right? Nobody's dissing PC gaming, but don't be foolish about it. And you don't got to knock us because we're over here in 4K. Our console is 4K with 8K upgrade abilities. Your PC isn't. That's fact.
Stop it.
Now, the fact that you have to put hardware together to perform, we don't. And here's another thing he said. AI machine learning in the future is not about hardware or raw power anymore. That was beautiful. But in software, because the RDNA2 features will help a lot of the Series X plus DX12 games on PC. Now, DLSS is essential to play on PC. I want my PC gamers here, Tech, Boss, to let everybody know why DLSS is so essential to PC.
Well, yes, scientifically, you carry the one, and the formula, yes.
Right. It's essential.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, because the whole thing. See, right now, everything is really gonna start shifting to the whole asset streaming thing.
Right.
Which is the thing that that other camp used to always keep trying to push up in our faces and everything. Yeah, that SSD is gonna smoke y'all. I don't know about smoking anything right now.
Right.
Shoot, but that's what the whole idea behind it was. is because the more RAM you cram into those boxes, the more expensive they're going to have to start becoming.
There you go.
Because the cost of RAM is really not going down.
It's not.
So the other one of the few solutions they came up with was, well, why don't we just make the IO fast enough or optimized enough to just stream the assets? But Microsoft stepped it up a bit more with having stuff like sampler feedback streaming, whereas it basically uses machine learning to decide and just cherry pick what parts of the assets are even needed for like say you're standing on one side of the mountain. It's like, okay, we don't need to load the whole doggone mountain. We just load this part.
What the reason why Jap said it's essential, because if you're a PC gamer and you're trying to move forward, you got to have this. And the reason why he said it's essential for PCs, because this comes from NVIDIA. But I'm gonna twist it, right? I'm gonna twist it. Because most people will think right there where he said that, oh, PC's the only thing that can do this. PC's the only thing that has this capability. Let's talk about it, right? Here's what DLSS is. It's one of NVIDIA's most important graphical features. Here's what it does, people. It offers higher frame rates and resolutions while requiring fewer GPU resources. Do y'all not understand that Microsoft has been ahead of this curve? Microsoft was ahead of the curve with ray tracing. Why do you think NVIDIA uses Microsoft's ray tracing? It uses its software ray tracing. So Microsoft created hardware, and it's going to be on the exclusive DirectX 12 graphic cards that are going to be $3,000. So I can't wait to see some of these PC guys get that and put it with your rig that you got right now. See what I'm saying? That's what it takes, Molly. You're right, Devin. I want to see them go get these $3,000 next generational exclusive only, because if it doesn't have the DX12,
I'll get it just to shove it in your face.
Right.
I'll get it. I got
they don't have it, right? They don't have their rigs to compat with it. It's not. What's the point? You wasted your time. It's going to offload, and you're not going to be able to. You're not even going to play your games because you're going to have CPU power to push all that energy. Now, like Boss was saying, this thing offsets, man, where the GPU doesn't have to overload itself for performance, David. Now I want y'all to see something here. This is funny, man.
Malik is here. What's up, Malik Weeks?
Watch this. Watch
Pookie. Pookie from Jackson.
Oh shoot, there's Mr. Kima here.
Mr. Kima's here.
Kima.
What's
Okay,
up, Mr. Kima. Stop it.
There was a thing that came out on Xbox Wire back 11 months ago, trying to give you people a hint on what was going on. Right?
Heads up.
They were trying so hard. Right? But you do realize that Microsoft has its own machine learning. It's called Di-RRec ML. And as you can see, I'm influenced by Xbox. I'm metaphorical. The word direct in direct gaming originates from the DirectX box for Xbox, but I put it into my own little symbolism. The two R's mean recreational recording. So it all goes back to just being a fan of Xbox. Di-RRec ML is, watch this, is the machine learning for the Xbox Series X and S. Let me say that again. The Xbox Series X, Devin, already has top-notch, high-tier PC technology for it. Now, notice what I said just a while ago, and notice what Tech said. Why would you put top-notch tech in a console that couldn't hold that? That would offset the performance, right, guys? Everybody here can agree with me, right? And in the chat, if they did something like that, that would offset the performance, which in return would not make anything special than what we've been doing for the past 30 years. We're no better than PlayStation. And what's going on with PlayStation right now? Why they got to overclock crap and why they got to take fog out of what is it? The Division 2.
Yeah, they took a lot of stuff out.
Division 2 looking like a damn PlayStation 4 game right now because it can't handle what's new. It's not, like we said, it's not next generational. It's a half-breed hybrid console between the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5. Now, Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S support machine learning for games with Di-RRec ML, a component of DirectX. Look at that right there, y'all. It's a component. And what it does, it leverages unprecedented hardware performance in a console. Machine learning ain't in the PlayStation 5. It's not there. Microsoft was trying to teach us.
Doesn't even have smart delivery. You got dumb delivery.
That's it. There you go. With the Xbox Series X benefiting from over 24 teraflops, Devin Boss Tech, that's a lie. I'm lying. Microsoft is lying to us. Jap is lying to us. How in the world can the Xbox Series X have 24 teraflops in it? When my computer is more powerful, see, my PC, I went and built me a transformer, and I bought all this high-end. I put it together, and my PC's better than your console. You're a console peasant, right?
Yeah.
But Microsoft
I spent $5,000 on my rig.
Right.
My PC bigger than yours.
So I can play Super Meat Boy.
Right. But Devin Boss Tech, they want me to listen to them and not the wizard geniuses of Microsoft who actually do this with their eyes closed, right? They do this, man, with their eyes closed. But I ain't going to listen to them. They're telling me here 11 months ago, the Xbox Series X benefits from over 24 teraflops of 16-bit float performance and over 97 tops trillion. That means trillion operations per second. That's real fast. Over 4-bit
really fast.
Real fast.
That's really fast.
That's insane fast. A 4-bit integral performance on the Xbox Series X. The machine learning can improve a wide range of areas. See, we got to teach them tonight. This isn't just stuck. Facts. Danny Glover, that's right. Riggs. That's it, baby. They don't know nothing about that, Rain. You went over their heads with that one, fam.
Danny
over their head with that one, fam.
Yeah.
But it's not just for the beneficial aspect of teraflops of speed, memory, and language, but it's used for a wide range of areas, such as making NPCs much smarter, providing vastly more. Here it go. But here's my prediction, and I'm going to hold this one. I'm going to take this W all the way to the end of 2021, Devin, and I want you to make sure they hear me loud and clear.
Loud.
Shout out to Old School Gamer that did that when I predicted that Microsoft was going to make their money back from that Bethesda deal with ZeniMax. Not only did they make their money back, but they doubled it. I appreciate you for remembering me on that one. I did that one so boldly with such confidence. And I'm going to go ahead and make this one too. Again.
Go stop it.
Facts. I got to, Tech. That damn Halo Infinite is going to hurt y'all because you're going to see that real-time hardware ray tracing in that game. And that machine learning is going to whoop that ass. Because here's what it does. It provides vastly more lifelike animation and greatly improves on visual quality. You guys are in trouble
But what about Craig?
Right. What about him? You know what I want?
You know what he did though? You know what Craig did legal?
What did he do?
He gave it more advertisement.
He sure did, brother.
He sure did.
He
You want to know what I want them to do with Craig?
took a negative and turned it into a positive. They're making shirts at Xbox and everything, man.
Yeah.
Facts. You know what I want them to do for Craig? Microsoft, this is what I want you to do on Halo Infinite. While we're playing that game somewhere, there should be a throne or a shrine, a throne with a shrine somewhere in the woods somewhere with Craig on it. For an Easter egg or an achievement if you find them.
Yeah.
We gotta do it, man.
Oh, they
Long
will.
live
They
Craig,
will.
man.
An achievement. Find Craig.
Find Craig. Straight up. That's right, Louis L. That karma is coming, bro. And I'm not letting up on that. That's why I said it long time ago. I called it. Let it sit for a year. Let that prophecy sit for a year. So understand that this thing is not what you think it is. It's not traditional. Direct ML, like Jap said, is the next step for AMD. Notice what he said. It's the next step for AMD. Microsoft is who the software experts are, and they can do it. Long live the Jap, man. That was a well-spoken comment post to my Medium post for the comment sections for everybody to see and read from, because I've never seen anybody in that much short of words to explain so much truth in that like you did, sir. So Jap,
What, in 280 characters he did it?
dude, he did that massively said. The way he said that, all a person has to do that don't know what he's talking about is just look up what he just says, and you're gonna see. Like, that's why I read it, because it's all there. The software is what's taking over, people, and you have to understand that. Six Slayer, you have to understand that this isn't a war of hardware anymore. Hardware is limited. But what software can do, where software can go places that hardware dreams about going. This is why
At one point, yes, it was all about the hardware.
smack you in your face.
At one point, yes, it was all about the hardware.
Right.
And now we're advancing.
Right.
We're getting to new tech, and then things are starting to shift.
Exactly. We are moving into a software age, people. So just get ready when you start talking about, oh, look, this game is underperforming on Xbox, and the next thing you know, it gets an update, and this thing is just lightning fast, lightning smooth, and the visuals never went anywhere. And you're going to be wondering, well, damn, how are they doing it? How are they doing it? Because Microsoft been doing it. They just finally got to a point where now AMD can ship this technology along with them. See, they all need each other. NVIDIA learned off of Microsoft with their ray tracing, and look where they're at. Their machine learning, they got their machine learning, and they're off to go. AMD is needing this technology to succeed because it's next for AMD to take it, and off they go. But who's in the middle of all this? Microsoft. Just like who's in the middle of all this? Y'all keep bashing Microsoft, but do you not realize that Microsoft is making the company that you like to bash Microsoft from better? What are you talking about, Legal? What are you talking about? Sony partnered with Microsoft. Microsoft didn't partner with Sony.
Ooh, tell them. They forgot.
Nintendo partnered with Microsoft. Microsoft didn't partner with Nintendo. Microsoft got the keys, baby. They got the keys to whatever you want. You want this Ferrari? Here you go. You want this Porsche? Here you go. But you know what? You want to look like a boss? You got to pay to be the boss. You can't. That's why you think Nintendo, when people thought that happened, first thing that went in their minds, Devin, was, oh, video games. Oh, Microsoft is giving them a platform like Game Pass. Nope. You want to know what Nintendo got out of that deal, out of that partnership? They got a hotline service. Don't y'all be laughing. They got a hotline service. Dial 911. I need help on my Joy-Con.
1-800 Pikachu.
Facts. Microsoft gave them gave their customers an outlet, a feedback system. How long have we been having a feedback? Since 2015, y'all?
Mm-hmm.
All we got to do is turn our Xbox on in the very first menu, hold our Xbox button down, and we get a feed. We can go right into feedback. We can talk. We can send messages to Microsoft right from my Xbox.
I don't like this, and then send it.
We been had that. You telling me, Nintendo fans, that y'all ain't have no way to express yourselves? It's 2021.
Heck no, this is Nintendo we talking about, man.
Damn, y'all got issues.
go-
Y'all can't even send feedback.
You're gonna be like you're gonna love it. That's the way they look at it. Mario's like, you're gonna love it.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to say, don't even bring up the servers over there. Oh man.
Facts. Notice Sony having issues with their servers. See, everybody thought, oh, look, they're partnering up. Microsoft needs to put their games on Sony to sell. They're not saying it anymore. Wonder why? Because you know what, Game Pass. Oh man, we had to go back to Game Pass, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Look, y'all. If y'all was paying attention, Phil Spencer had an interview late last year. It was with The Verge. And I'm going back on this subject because we're taking our time tonight. I appreciate you guys because I got a winter storm coming and I want to make this worth it. We're not rushing this one. I'm really having a good time discussing myself with you guys tonight. I want to say this real quick. I want to thank everybody. Let's take a pause for station identification. Hey, listen, if you're new here and you like what we do, feel free to like, subscribe, leave some comments below. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Stay in tune to what we do because guys like Boss, guys like Devin from Hyperfan Gaming and We Bleed Green, the Techno Blast, his channel. Notice how Boss got a channel too. But notice how all of us come together, man, and we kick it and we talk because Boss is going to have the grand finale. But we also want to teach, man, and do the best of our abilities. We don't want to play around with you guys. We wanted to do something, not just have a laugh, not just have some fun, but also speak on the things that people won't speak on because they got the industry involved in them. We're not industry. We're in the streets. And we're going to stay right here. We don't care about none of that. Some of us got great relationships anyway with people. And we don't have to sell ourselves to keep those relationships going. A lot of us can be just who we are. And I'm thankful that know these guys right here. They come in and they boost me up. They brag about me. They do work for me, man. From the kindness of their heart. I've had that come all the way to my house. So this ain't something, bro, that we just here, man. We're family. We're brothers. We really look after one another, man. We about this right here because we like doing this. You see, Tech, man, ain't hiding about his fathership. He ain't hiding about that because what he does is he's speaking to y'all. Never sell your kids out for nothing. Yeah, we doing a podcast, but if my kid has a question and he wants to ask me a question, screw this channel, bro. Come ask me what you gotta say, son, and walk back out of the camera. We don't take this stuff so seriously where we lose our identity to who we are as people, man. We who we are, and we hope you enjoy it. So yeah, man, like, subscribe. That's been a minute, two maybe for a station identification, but let's get back to it.
Stop it.
It's thanks, Emmanuel. Thanks, man. We're gonna sit here. Thank you, Rogue. Thank you, Rogue. We're gonna sit here, and I'm enjoy this because when I get snowed in, it's gonna be all about safety. And I wanted to tell Tech this. I don't know if you got the news, Tech, but they and Rogue, you too, because they're right up the street from me. But they issued out a thing today. I think the governor did, or it might have been the mayor, one of the two. But they're asking for us to conserve our energy, people. This thing is getting sad out here, people. They want us to conserve our energy because we're not getting this freeze is hurting our windmills out here. So there's not going to be any electricity to come through Texas. I mean, even from the grid. This is crazy. I don't even know how they're not doing it.
My gas bill was high last month.
Right. This storm is so big in our country, it's messing up the wind grid. So we can't even shoot electricity down here in Texas. Tech's stupid, man.
Well, you got rain over here. He's like exposing himself. I'm like, all right, hold on.
Yeah, I mean, you remember what I was saying though, Legal. It's like if any of y'all out there have fireplaces, please do stock up on some kindling.
You said
because it's like it don't happen that often here in South Carolina. But we do occasionally every once in a while, but not in the past few years, get snow. And we have had some pretty severe snowstorms where the power got knocked out. And your only other option for heat was
wood, baby.
That's right.
And they're done that when I was in Tennessee. But I'm telling Tech and Rogue that they're telling us to conserve our energy for others. There's people out here, man. This is crazy. We're having to really take care of each other right now. I can't even keep all my lights on in my house right now because that could be affecting 20 blocks from me. This is insane.
Good thing we got quick resume, man, because the power goes out.
Facts.
And it comes back, we're good.
There you go. It's things like this, people, as to why it makes Game Pass so great. People are hurting out here. All right? It's nothing to be joking about. There's people out here lost their jobs. God forbid there's a poor person on a bridge that's freezing to death right now. You know, he can't get to shelter to keep himself warm or her to get herself warm. But we got the luxury to come on here tonight and speak Xbox, right? We're not going to take that for granted. We understand our real world out here. But this is why I like Game Pass. Because gaming has never been about how many consoles I own or how many games I have. It's been about fun. I remember when I was young, man, I wanted to steal 2 dimes and a nickel so I could have some fun. I didn't own no arcade machine. See what I'm saying? But I was running to them arcades, man, so I can get my rush. I was like an addict, bro. You was good to play a video game for what? 10 minutes, you died. You was good if you could, man, dude, you get your head knocked off asking your parents back in the day for $1 to waste on an arcade machine. $1, people. 4 quarters would get you child abuse in my day. 4 quarters. So we was addicted coming up. I needed 2 dimes and a nickel because I came out of that era of the 2 dimes and a nickel before it even went to a quarter. I remember the 2 dimes and a nickel era. The quarter made it so much easier. But I had to get my 10-minute rush, man. If that. And so I appreciate where gaming comes to and where it's at today. Well, 100 in the building, man. Good to have you, fam. Good to have you. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by, brother. I'm glad to see where gaming is at, and people who may not have the resources right now, who may be affected by the world right now, can find a way to escape. Because, I mean, you're at the bare minimum with this stuff, right? $9.99 a month. Who am I to sit up here and tell somebody, well, listen, man, go pull $10 out and waste it on Game Pass? But this is what makes it so beautiful. For those out there that think Game Pass is just something that didn't put no thought into it, that nobody put no thought into it. Now, notice, I understand Microsoft is a $1 trillion company. Microsoft as a corporation has no feelings. It's not real. It's the people, right? I understand at the end of the day, they're building an empire. Okay, we get that. But also as a consumer, I have to be a little bit of intelligent, right? Damn, Nintendo isn't offering me anything to where I want to go in my pocket and reach in there and invest with them anymore. I got the Switch. I got the Wii U. I got the Wii. You can't tell me anything. My kids don't even want to play that now. I can't get them to play it. My oldest daughter, who's pure retro, I had to finally get her off the 360 to come to the Xbox One. And now she got her an Xbox S because she was so patient. She's such a sweetheart. She don't ask for much, but she's now next generation with her daddy. My oldest, as a matter of fact, 16 years old, got her an S. Be balling out, man. It makes me proud, but guess what she got next to it? That very first OG Xbox One. The Switch, I can't even get her to touch it no more. And that's not a diss to Nintendo. But what I'm saying is, when I asked her, what do you want me to get you? You want me to get you a Switch game? When she told me at 15 years old, baffled me. Dad, don't get me no more Switch games. What's up? They make the same games over and over again. They upgrade it. It's the same experience. And I don't want no more Switch games. I want an Xbox now. That's what came out of her mouth. Because you know what, Tech? You know what, boss? You know what, Devin? My youngest son said, hey, man. Well, not my youngest, my oldest son that's older than my youngest. He came to me. He was like, Dad, everybody at my school, this was before the pandemic. So Game Pass was making noise then. And we know this to be true because Game Pass is growing, right? My son said, man, what is he in the 3rd grade then? Dad, they over here talking about getting Xbox. Their parents are telling them they don't want to buy no more of those PlayStation games. They cost too much. Look, they cost too much. They're talking about they're going to trade it in to get the Xbox because they heard about this thing called Game Pass, and he's laughing. He's coming home from school laughing. He's like, Dad, now they're asking me about it. And I'm telling them, yeah, I got Game Pass, and I got all these games, and now they want to be a part of it.
Let me jump in on this. Let me jump in. And it's not that they can't afford those $70 games, is that they see better value with a service like Game Pass. And which they have access to a lot more games than say one game.
Parents want
value. You want value.
They're not in this like we are. They're not in here podcasts. They're taking care of their household, right? Look. You know that's a knock on us. They're not like us. Well, we just abandon our families, Tech.
I know. What are we, 2 hours in? And then I left the kids all by themselves downstairs.
Kids, we just do shows. You know what I'm saying? They're not like us. But
I haven't had dinner. Haven't fed the kids yet.
Just like I have to tell my little brother and stuff like that. Be like, you like to eat, don't you? You like food, don't you?
Fact.
You like heat. You like heat in the house, don't you?
You like heat, right?
There you go.
Yeah. You ever heard that thing called AC, especially during the summertime? It's amazing.
It's amazing. And you know, the parents see this stuff, and let's say they got 3 kids, maybe 2, and they're saying, man, that's right, A1. This is so true. They're like, man, this thing, you mean to tell me? And look, game share on top of this. Nobody's talking about this, but watch this. One child can have Game Pass, right? The other child don't have to buy it. You share it up, that kid gets all the benefits from that one child, that one account.
Yep.
You get credibility for everything that account has. So you just got to get Game Pass one time for one child, and you can actually give it to the other child for free. So It's like a 2-for-1 deal with over 100 some odd games.
That's what I do.
Right, that's what I do.
I do it too.
You can't. How can you knock that? Look, as gamers, we play games. Feed me, Seymour. Feed me like the Little Shop of Horrors.
Stop it.
We don't want nothing but games. All our first-party games, day one. We don't pay for them. We don't have to. Now watch this. You got some that may think, here's where I'm going to get them. You got some out here that think that because you got Game Pass, you're not supporting the industry because you're not buying physical copies.
I hate that.
Games, right? But they're wrong. Because this is the genius. Remember I said Microsoft is a genius, right? Microsoft If you think like that, okay, here's the problem with that thinking. You're thinking like that. That's the old way. That's 30 years. That's the VHS thinking. Just like how DLSS is new technology, direct ML, machine learning. Well, look, the key word is learning. You have to keep learning as you go with gaming, right? So as we learn, the way we used to think can't carry on no more. You're learning. So with that, Game Pass takes care of itself. How do we know this? Because we have things like Netflix. See, we've already been through this laughter. In 2006, people laughed at Netflix. They're not laughing anymore. Because when Netflix came in, they saw the glitch in the Matrix and they said, you know what? We're going digital. We're going to take over Blockbuster. It came out in the articles. I remember reading, I was in Oklahoma working on turbines, and I told y'all about the story. I went to Blockbuster, and they was like, yo, we're going to be out without a job soon. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, dude, have you heard about this new company called Netflix? They're streaming, bro. Streaming is the future, and they're coming for our heads because we don't have no digital platform. They're going to get us, and I'm going to
actually Redbox.
And this dude was tech savvy, so he knew it was over. He wasn't even like, nah, we'll be good. He was like, no, it's over for us. Sure enough, I went back to Abilene that summer, people, about 7 months later, because when I got this news, it was October of 2006. By the summer of 2007, guess what Blockbuster was doing? Clearance house, dollar movies, come in. Everybody was going in there. We're liquidating. I said, damn.
Well, they started their unlimited monthly service.
Yeah, bro.
Come get your movies, you know.
Take
1 or 2 movies at a time, but come in as many times as you want and flip them.
Yeah, come in. There was nothing they could do. It sounded good for a minute, but it was over. By the end of that summer, the stores were closing. I was like, dude, what the hell is going on? I mean, Circuit City Ben died. Best Buy was Best Buy had enough money that they switched it up at the last minute and saved themselves because they got more technical with the TVs. They brought Apple in. They got good with
I used to go to Circuit City all the time, more than Best Buy.
Facts. Because Circuit City had all those CD. See, Circuit City, man, what grew them when they had all the latest music too, bro. You can go in there and copy CDs like it was nothing. Like it was nothing. You went in there, you went from your CDs to your gadgets to everything, but Best Buy hurt them because they didn't have the See, Best Buy came in with the era of the new TVs, the new LCD, 1080p TV, big screen, and that's what did it. People was like, oh shit, man, I'm going over there. And Best Buy knew how to make those buildings look more beautiful. They appealed to your eye. And that's what happened. People switched over. But the beautiful thing was that's kind of like hardware tactics. Netflix did it under the invisible eye. They came out of nowhere. They came from the invisible place, popped up, and made you put respect on their names and look at them today. All kind of movies to the point where they're so big now, they make their own movies. They got their own exclusive independent movie.
And this is the same road that Microsoft is going down.
There you go. Microsoft looked at that, and this is what they did. They saw Apple first. They said, damn, Apple done hit $2 trillion on us. My gosh. They're sitting up here like, damn. And their big bank is that Apple iPhone, right? They're like, damn, all the Apple iPhone products, all the iPhone, whatever I comes in front of it, Apple's just killing it, right? They're like, damn, dude, they got the loyalty, they got this and that. But this is what got Microsoft. They said, damn, man, every 2 to 3 years, they come out with another phone. And millions, by the 90 millions come out and buy it every 3 years. And it's insane to them. They was like, dude, this is the future. What if we can mid-cycle consoles, right? They did that. They came out with the mid-cycle consoles. We know which one was better.
Yeah, they started with the 360.
Yep. We know which one was better. There's no gimmick to that. PlayStation 4 Pro was not even on the Xbox Series X level, right? But like Tech said, all those 360 consoles, that was them exploring. They were seeing the data on how many people would go and grab a new one. They said, man, this thing works. So what we need to do now, when we actually make a mid-tier console, it needs to be gapped. It needs to actually validate itself, right? It needs to be more about memory, because that's what it was. Remember, you would get a new console, right, boss, right, Tech, right, Devin? And the big deal would be, oh, it can hold more storage. That's about it. It didn't give you no more graphic power. It didn't give you nothing else. You was buying a newer console for more storage back in the day. Now things have changed. All right? You're actually buying a console now. Look what they did. They said, do we need to don't start. We're not doing that tonight. But what did they do? They sat back and they thought about this, right? And they said, why make a mid-tier console when we can make our software mid-tier? Notice, when we can make our software mid-tier. I know I'm losing y'all, but just come with me. What do they do with TVs now, Tech, boss, Devin? You can buy a TV today, right? And if you get the right one, do you have to buy a new TV in 2-3 years or maybe 4 to have what the latest TV has? You don't. You know why? Because they update it. So here you are with a 2019 TV that can get a 2022 update, and you didn't have to spend anything. You've already spent your money because you invested. You invested.
Windows Phone, baby. Windows Phone.
In the building. Damn. You went to the Damn, you took it back, man. You heard it. But so what Microsoft did, they took 2 consoles. They said, look, we'll just make 2 distinct consoles. We'll slowly upgrade them throughout the year. Now they can focus on their software for a change instead of feeling like they have to rush to make a new console. They don't have to make a new console for a minute. This is the same thing with the what's it called? The Moore's Law aspect, boss, that we were talking about a long time ago with PC. The reason why PC, the Moore's Law is catching up to them and they can't upgrade like they want to every 2 years, because PC don't have software. The software is winning. Now the hardware has to wait on the software for the first time, majorly, like it is right now. That's what's happening, people. So Game Pass isn't a thing to laugh at. Game Pass is a thing to respect, to honor, because soon that's where everybody's going, like Game Pass. But guess what? Like I said, you have to have a lot of money to do something like Game Pass. Now, why do you say that, Legal? Because the way the system is made. If you listen to Phil Spencer, right, you notice that Phil Spencer built this thing to take care of developers first. All kind of deals. You don't know. We don't know the type of deals that get made. But Phil Spencer said, listen, we don't have a specific way to do Game Pass. No problem, Tech. We don't have a way to do it, right? Let me speed this up a little bit so he can get out of here. But we're going to touch on this and go to boss. But we don't have a specific way to deal with our developers when we make deals, when we make partnerships to get those games on Game Pass. But what he did say is this. In certain instances, it goes like this. We'll either pay them a lump sum of money and just bring it on Game Pass. And we make the money back by it being there and people playing the game with the engagement and just buying off Game Pass, right?
And people signing up because they want to play that game.
That's right. Because you'll see a game and say, oh, Tech made a game. We know this game is going to attract gamers, so let's just go on and pay them and put it on Game Pass because we know it's going to work. That's one way they do it. Another way they do it is say, hey, bring the game on Game Pass. Well, you'll make money by it just being there. Just there. We don't care.
Well, it's the same effect when Wonder Woman came out and they said it's going to be on HBO Max.
Right.
They reported that HBO Max subscribers went up.
There you go.
You know, did they stay? Who knows?
But it went up for the time to watch it. That's all that mattered, right?
That's all that matters. They got their money.
Took care of the dev. Look at so like Tech saying, look at the medium. The medium was gonna make money regardless. Regardless if you bought that game or not. Why? Because you can't buy the medium in a store. The medium is a Game Pass exclusive. You have to have Game Pass to play it. If you don't even have Game Pass
and a series,
you can't play the medium. What's good, Best Stop Finest? What's good? Shouts to New York right there. Good to have you, man. So what I'm trying to say is we don't know the impact that they do with the deals detail wise, but what we do know is that Phil Spencer and his team have created a monster that helps devs regardless. So all you really have to do is just subscribe to Game Pass. Everything else is out of your hands. You don't even have to worry about it. Regardless if you buy the game or not, the devs are taken care of. And that's the bottom line I wanted to say.
And not only that, not only did they still make money, it gives more life to the game itself.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. And guess what? The dev can focus solely on the technology that Microsoft has to offer for it.
Yep.
They don't have to worry about scrambling. They don't have to worry about, oh, can we get a studio? Where are we going to go to make these games? They go right there, develop their games, man, with all the aspects that Microsoft can give them and drop that thing in Game Pass and let that game take off. They're going to be taken care of regardless.
Yep.
Okay, now we're getting down to the end. The prediction of the prediction, the grand finale of the grand finales. My man Boss said something long time ago. RPGs need to make their way to Xbox. RPGs are becoming more popular, and Xbox is looking to be a key central point to start avenuing RPGs because of what Game Pass can bring to the table. So, Boss, I want you to elaborate to them. Let them know why you said it. Let them know the things that made you see this a long time ago. And we'll close it out with you, brother.
All right. So basically, as a lot of y'all, probably already, remember, if you like come, hail from the OG Xbox and the 360 era. See, my first Xbox was the 360. All right. And there was actually a time when the platform was the de facto the go-to place for RPGs. All right. And with Phil constantly, going on about this whole thing of wanting to have more Japanese support, more focus on the Japanese gamer and everything like that, then it comes down to that it may be time for them to more or less start doing what they once did at the beginnings of the 360, is to start bringing in their own IPs and development houses. And the reason I bring this up is because, as we already looking and we already seeing with Square, even though Square is working with Microsoft on various things, Square is still being Square of the 90s. They're still playing favorites. And they're still, I don't know what it is that Sony has over their head, but everybody's going, oh, yeah, Final Fantasy VII is coming to Xbox. It's coming to Xbox. I don't know. It's now been it's practically almost over a year. And that was only supposed to be a year exclusive. I haven't heard anything about it coming to Xbox.
What, Final
Have
Fantasy
any of you?
7?
Yeah, the remake.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's because it's exactly as I said. Now, a month later, not next month or the month after, if it does, then I will pop back up and I'll say, okay, I called it wrong. But I'm telling you right now, and I'm calling it, is that no, Final Fantasy VII will not come to the Xbox. So the only solution I can see is what needs to happen is that see, when I talked to Legal when we first met, and I was telling him about the findings that I've came across. There's a lot of interviews. It's funny. There's a lot of interviews that Sakaguchi, who everybody knows is the godfather of JRPGs and the creator of Final Fantasy, and the one who co-founded Mistwalker with the assistance of Microsoft. And they brought us games like Blue Dragon and Lost Odyssey. In an interview, Sakaguchi expressed very, very strong interest in coming back to develop on the Xbox. So I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if like any talks have been initiated because after that interview and around that time, he got into an exclusive deal with Apple Arcade. As I told a lot of other people, I said, in all honesty, that contract, I believe, is almost up because it was just to develop that one RPG, and that RPG is almost done. So, like I said, there was a rumor that was circulating, and this goes to the whole Tecland thing. Before the I want to say the July showcase, there was a rumor floating around about 2 acquisitions that Microsoft has yet to have announced. One was supposed to have been a Polish developer. The Polish developer was either between the Farm, Bloober Team, who I was, pretty much more strong, thinking that it would be, and Tecland. Some people even threw in like what's the name? People Can Fly. Some people even threw them into the mix as well. And so now all of a sudden we're hearing a lot of rumblings coming from Tecland and about Dying Light. So that could be one rumor that might be
does
squashed.
love zombie games.
Yeah, they do. And I really hope they push the envelope with State of Decay 3 though.
What killed me is how everything he's saying, he said this last year, way back, man. Keep it going, boss. Keep going.
Yeah. And so moving the train along, the other acquisition is supposed to be a Japanese studio. Now, a lot of people are like, "Oh, well, that was probably hinting at the Bethesda deal. That was probably because of what's that?
Tango.
Yeah, thank you. Because of Tango, but I don't think it was Tango. So, with those findings that I came across, I'm very strongly thinking that Mistwalker may be coming back. And the only other option I can think of besides Mistwalker is there's a lot of JRPG developers over there in Japan that are hurting right now. And they used to be strong PlayStation supporters. But, you don't see Sony swooping in to save the day on them. And, so those are, they're like my strong pick. And then there's other people like talking about Sega. I don't know. What do you guys think? About Sega being a possibility.
It's a big one, Devin. Go ahead.
It's looking with the Yakuza games coming in, and it's been frequent since XO19. They've been straight into Game Pass too, which is the thing. It's like as soon as they're released on the Xbox platform, they're right into Game Pass, which is it's eye-opening to me, considering these games haven't been on Xbox, and for one, it's Sega, so there's something there. As far as acquiring Sega, possibly just considering that aspect, in my opinion.
Yeah, out of all the games, the only holdout has been the Persona series.
What's the other game that's only on Xbox? PSO, I think it's called.
Yeah, Fantasy Star Online
2.
2.
Yeah. That's a Sega game as well. So
Yeah. So and Microsoft's been putting a lot of their their eggs in the basket with them on that. So I believe once they really start pushing the features and stuff for the Series X and S bring to the table, PSO2 is probably going to really start popping.
which would be great. That game's pretty fun.
Yeah, I've been hearing, but like I said, but the thing is, when me and Legal first started chopping it up, well, me especially, like just flooding his comments, it was mainly discussing about the possibility of Miss Walker returning, and even in my own podcast, I always keep telling everybody that be sure that you hit up Phil. I know he might get annoyed, but say like hashtag bring back Miss Walker. Because I mean, it's like the dude, Sakaguchi needs work, man. The man is about to wrap up the Apple thing, and he wants to come back. And they don't have no beef with each other. So, and they really need JRPGs. And I mean, there's a little bit of selfishness there from myself, but it's more than that. I mean, it's like if you want to appeal to the Japanese gamer and stuff like that, you really got to hit them where the heart is.
Yeah, because this thing about. Oh, go ahead, Devin. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just looking at older games that Miss Walker made,
Right.
as opposed to the few that I know about. But go ahead, Legal.
Nah, I mean, this thing about Sega and Microsoft, it's been going on since 2013, 8 years ago. Even longer than that, man. But we do know that during the times of Bill Gates, way back, man, 20 years ago, at least 20 years ago, that Sega was a possibility of being bought out by Microsoft. Because from what we have an understanding, Nintendo was going through some financial problems, and right when they were going through financial problems is when Sony struck with the PlayStation. They didn't do it when Nintendo was standing tall with their money. They did it when Nintendo was kind of shaking in their pockets a little bit. So you got to understand, Microsoft wanted to compete against Sony, and they were looking at buying Sega because Sega was already out there. But from what was being told was that they backed away because they started looking at the catalog and what they could possibly do future-wise, and Microsoft was like, we just didn't see enough muscle. They didn't see enough strength that Sega could have periodically going into the future that could actually combat against Sony the way Microsoft saw it. So Microsoft basically created Xbox because of that. So that's pretty much the story on that. So it's not like, Microsoft and Sega has never been in cahoots about merging, but when you look at the relationship between Peter Moore, Phil Spencer, when you look at the history between the Dreamcast and the Xbox, or just Xbox Live, when you look at that relationship, that link, there's history there. So I believe, like Fireboss was saying, you see things that are gravitating to a decline with Sega. We already know Sega's been broken up. The historical Sega arcade in Japan shut down. We saw Sega getting split apart, branched out, and all these little companies are being able to buy bits and pieces of Sega. We see all this. This is true stuff. But if Microsoft we also know that Sega is not trying. They didn't want to sell off their gaming division. They're holding on to that. But like we always say, money talks. If that big bank comes to you and gives you some kind of stability and make a deal where some certain things won't be compromised by you as a company already, then this thing could pretty much happen. It's not far off the table, people. And if Microsoft can get Sega, you're talking about opening up the floodgates for instant classics to be remade that have never been done at this scale. You get the Japanese market back into your favor. You bring back that feel of Xbox Live Arcade. It's so much that could happen with this if that was to come down. But I'm gonna tell you, if it did happen, if it does happen, dude, you're talking about a global hysteria, man. Gamers all over the place are gonna lose their minds if Microsoft buys Sega. That's the bottom line. That's my opinion on it.
I would love for that to happen. Honestly, to see some of the old Sega IPs reimagined in this current generation, I think would be truly amazing. Like open world like Golden Axe, or like a reinvented Ghosts and Goblins, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, that's actually Capcom right there, though. But
Oh, it's
I'm sure
Capcom is okay.
yeah,
But
I'm sure they
Golden
can
Axe, though.
Yo, Golden Axe, yeah, that's Sega, but Ghosts and Goblins, or Ghouls and Ghosts sometimes, yeah, that's Capcom. And yeah, Capcom is way, I agree, Capcom is way overdue for another one. But I mean, with the current power of the Series X, I mean, could you see them, bringing us a new and I know we got PSO, Fantasy Star Online, but I'm talking about a mainline Fantasy Star. You look at how successful Final Fantasy VII Remake was. I mean, imagine if they, I don't want to say like copied verbatim the same thing they did in Final Fantasy VII Remake, but if they took, some of those ideas and you got like the current level of graphics and sound and everything that we have today and did that for a new Fantasy Star, that would be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it would.
So,
what compels me about Microsoft right now with the Xbox brand, of course, Ninja Gaiden, of course. Shinobi would come back. That's my all-time, That's my all-time baby right there, man. See, Shinobi was the one that came onto the console before Ninja Gaiden did. See, Ninja Gaiden, I was still in that arcade wasting them quarters, man, taking L's every day. But Shinobi, I finally was able to get it on that Sega Master System, man, and just lose it, play it in it as much as I wanted to. And can you imagine Shinobi in 2022? Can you imagine, man? We need a Shinobi, and put it in a setting like Ninja Gaiden did. Put it in an open world aspect. Put some boss fights in there. Every time you get to a certain point, there's a boss. It'd be ridiculous, man. Have a nice, Shinobi theme to it. So you're undercover, you're espionage, you're working for the government. You're doing this. You're keeping the Shinobi culture, but at the same aspect, putting all the ninja elements to the game. Dude, come on, man. Shinobi has to come back, bro.
Yeah, because it's funny you brought all that up, man. Because that shows you just how much of a fan you are. Because the original canon of Shinobi, he was a government agent.
That's it. That's what Shinobi means. Yup. People don't know that. It's a espionage governmental ninja. That's what it is. That's the title of it. What's up, brother? Oh man, I'm good, Shermanator. Good you call me, man. I'm live and direct with you right now, brother. We on the show. Live on air. Shermanator in the building, man.
What I think should happen, Bandai Namco should make another Inuyasha game and make it open world and going around slaying demons. That would be amazing to me.
Yo, Shermanator, I'll call you back, man. Good to hear from you, brother.
Yeah, but the thing is, if they, I mean, just to end my thoughts with it and everything is that, yeah, I mean, it's cool seeing, you know, Phil pop up on the Tokyo Game Show thing and speaking a little bit of Japanese and going in about the Minecraft community over there, which that was new to me. I didn't even know that the Minecraft community was you know, like that over there. And I mean, that's cool, but it's just that the way the Japanese people are is like, you know, they will lose interest in you quick.
Facts.
And that's my only worry is that if, you know, you're talking about this, you're on their stage and you're in their faces about this, show it, man. Show it. Don't talk about it. Show it. Get some stuff that speaks to them.
You're right. Because they're tough critics, man.
Especially when it comes to stuff that is not from them.
Right.
And then the whole thing about this rumor about that whole I mean, this is just a small game as an example. The Gal Gun Panic game and stuff, that being canceled, to me, it's like, okay, all right, we going in the wrong step, because there was already a lot of Japanese I knew that were happy to see Xbox being accepting of something like that, whereas their hometown hero Sony was not trying to have it.
Right.
So this was a win to Microsoft, but all of a sudden, I don't know how true it is, but it was the last rumor I heard was that they canceled the game for Xbox. And I was like, okay, we going in the wrong step backwards again, guys. Come on now. You want these people behind you. You got to get the content on Game Pass, and that's the key thing. Also, legal is it's a lot of it. What I'm saying, and I admit I am being selfish because we gamers are entitled to be a little selfish. Is that a lot of this is also about fueling Game Pass. This is about throwing more kindling on that fire. And I mean, dude, Game Pass is chock full of a lot of different stuff.
Variety.
That's for everybody, but it's still lacking on so many other things.
That's just room to improve on. Like, it's plenty of variety, but we still have things that we can put into the service. And this is definitely a big genre of gaming that Xbox needs to push on to get more fans, especially in different markets across the world.
Facts. Like, I'm loving this Assassin's Creed, man. If y'all haven't been playing the Assassin's Creed Valhalla, man, it's this game is ridiculous. And for them to be doing this update, man, doing another, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's even going to be a DLC or are they just going to add to it, man. But they said today on Twitter that something is coming from down the river, a new ally, a new friend, a new opportunity. Best start preparing now. It won't be long until you're back on the water yourself. And it looks like it's got a lot of river raids going on. But a lot of, I guess a lot of those side missions or main missions are going to start adding. And that's another thing. What I want people to understand is that this aspect that they're doing right now, that's the future of gaming too. Devs are gonna. Why you think Ubisoft said what they said not too long ago? They want to take more time off of making these long games because the future now is going to be you make a game 10, 11 hours, right? You stop. You develop something else 3-4 months down the road, or maybe a month. You add to it, and you keep adding to it. And what that does is that keeps your fan base engaged on that game, but it also gives them a break because when they catch up, they can go to something else. Because I'm telling y'all right now, this Game Pass is opening up doors where there's going to be so many games, you're no longer going to feel compelled to rush to get them. So being a day one person like I am, it probably will start declining a lot more because I'll feel like I don't even have no rush to go get these day one games because I'm still playing. These games are still going on. So I can stay over here for a minute, come back, get this game later on down the road. No rush. I mean, the options are there. You know, that's what I'm saying. The options are there. However you want to take it. But to stop crunch and stop fatigue with these devs, I think that's a good way of doing it. And allowing these AA games to come out in between these big AAA or quadruple A games, that's refreshing for us because we can take a break, play some fun games, and get our mind off of being so serious with certain games that we like to attach ourselves to, break away from the norm a little bit, play some of these games, and then come back. I think, man, that way is going to be a lot more effective than how we've been doing it. Sitting on a game for so long, trying to beat this game. You beat this game, and then you don't even want to play another role-playing game for a while because you've been playing this role-playing game for a while, you know? It kind of tires you out. And I think it's a good way to keep gamers interested on certain genres that they like. Because there's only going to be so many genres out there, right, for us to experience. Unless they, unless they make a brand new twist up a game with all kind of experiences into one, but I highly doubt that. You know, we're going to have your horror games, you're going to have your racing games, you're going to have your third-person shooters, your first-person shooters, your RPGs, your action RPGs, your role-playing games, and that's, your sci-fis and all that stuff. You're going to have them. You're going to have your animated games. I mean, we pretty much summed everything up in the gaming industry. You can just get in your lane where you like to play and play your games. It's as simple as that, people.
Yes, sir.
I think, well, with Tango bringing the Evil Within franchise to Game Pass exclusively soon. I think that Xbox should go and try and acquire Bloober, because they've been putting a lot of horror games into the service. Like they already had the Blair Witch game. What was the game about the painting? Like the guy, Layers of Fear, I believe that was in Game Pass at one point. And then they have Blair Witch, and now they just released The Medium. All great horror games.
Yeah, you're right, man. They got a list, don't they, there?
So I would think, obviously, Tango is really good at horror games too, but like to get Bloober to exclusively work on horror games for the platform, I think would be a great deal. Guess what else is still popping off? I know they hate to hear it, but the King of Racers is still popping off, and it's extended series called Forza Horizon is still banging. Now they got the Hot Wheels coming back, the Legendary Pack. Now notice Hot Wheels made it big on 3, right? With their own little added segment to themselves where all the tracks were made out of Hot Wheel tracks. I thought that was cool. And I'm still saying that they need their own standalone. Hot Wheels need to come on Xbox, link to Forza, and let's get it popping, man, because y'all really brought back a lot of memories, man. As a kid, Hot Wheels was the thing. Microsoft and Playground Games revealed their plans for the upcoming car pack just after announcing that Forza Horizon 4 is headed to Steam. While we know we can start playing Forza Horizon 4 Steam version on March 9, the Hot Wheels Legend car pack is still just upcoming for now. So we know it's coming. I think Forza Horizon on Steam, being in the Windows Store, being used through Steam is good because a lot of people use Steam. If you're gonna buy the game through Steam, play it on your laptop. I mean, not your laptop, but on your PC. I think it's great. Buy those Xbox games. Play them. It's already cross-play, so get on them. Play them. Expand this community. We don't care. Fable will be lit. Facts. Oh, 100%. Game looks amazing.
We got Perfect Dark. Facts. All these games that we got in the bag, just sitting back, waiting for pure excellence, are coming. But
I'm hyped for Everwild. Honestly, people don't talk about it enough.
we'll talk about it, Devin. What you like about it?
Just I like the aesthetic to it. I like how it's basically it's got the cartoon look, but like cartoon realism, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like when you watch a really fine drawn, fine tuned anime per se. You know what I mean? It has that open world look to it. I'm waiting to find out more details about this, but Rare is the GOAT, in my opinion. Rare has had a successful IP and made a success in every generation since the Super Nintendo. So people can't come at me when it comes to Rare and say that Rare got ruined by when they came to Xbox. Well, the Kinect games sold a lot, whether you like the Kinect or not. That's just facts. Sea of Thieves started off slow, but look at it now, over 15 million players. So, yeah, that's all I got to say about that.
Facts, man. Straight up facts. Fireboss, you got anything else to say, man?
Nah, man. We hit a good bit of stuff tonight.
We got the clothes folded up. Now we're ready to put it in the luggage. We're about to get ready to get on this spaceship. Y'all riding with me tonight, man?
Let's go.
Let's get out of here, y'all. Hey, shout outs to the Xbox community. Always. Shout outs to the chat. Always. We're grateful for you guys. Shout outs to, you know what? I ain't did this in a minute, man. Shout outs to the Twitter team, the Facebook team, the Xbox Live team, your PC team, chat team. Man, the real gamers team. Everybody out there, man, that's being safe out here. Doing the best you can. Shouts to you, man. Shouts to everybody out there around the world, the Xbox fans around the world that couldn't be with us tonight. We still keep y'all in honor, in high fashion. I go by the name, the new legal, the master of ceremonies. I got my man Devin, the master of hyper gaming. And I got my man Fire, the master of bosses, the boss of all bosses. We had Technoblast in here, the master of all neutrality, man. Shouts to my girl Rogue Enigma 17 holding down the chat room. Shouts to the major leaguer himself, the general in the building. Can't say, man, look, y'all make Di-RRec Gaming what it is. We are the streets. We here, people. We here. We ain't going anywhere as long as the streets say so. So with that, always keep it gaming. Chase that mighty one up in life. Obtain the extra man. And in the meantime, Xbox rocks. And it don't stop. Until next time, guys, we out of here.
Peace.